It's really quiet out here. We're at Red Rock, Las Vegas, Nevada, the west side of town. I hear a crow. No birds chirping. Temperature is probably 38 degrees Fahrenheit. No wind. Cast over cloud. Looks like rain. Storm is coming. Crow is still talking. Here comes a crow. He's swinging by. Let's say hello. Just wanted to say hello by himself. Oh, of course there's another one. There goes two. All right. When there's one, there's two. The sun is rising. It's about 6 a.m. in the morning. It's quiet. No ground squirrels out yet. Nothing's going on. It's cold. Welcome to education and safety. My name is Mike. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit of the finishing of the walking sticks. Hope you enjoy it. It's going to be quick and sweet. I'm just looking for wildlife. All right. Let's get started. Here we go. Okay, we're on the west side of Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are at early birds and night owls. Let's see if we can find some early birds. We saw two crows fly by, and then we'll get this wrapped up on the walking sticks, and I'll share with you all my information and what we did and the last things that I finished up on it. Okay. Too early for the lizards and chameleons to be out. It's pretty cold for them right now. They're gonna wait till the sun comes out. If the sun doesn't come out, I suppose they won't come out. They might if the temperature gets up to like 52. Other than that, they're just gonna hang out and just stay low, and that's pretty much it. So let's just keep just amazing. All right. Up ahead is the Hummingbird Springs. All these birds come to it. They call it Red Spring because of the red sandstone in the background. Everybody always says, well, how did these big boulders get down here into the desert? Who knows? I think they fell down. I don't know. But overcast day. I saw a few birds. Let's see so you can get some filming before we start our content, or we'll do it. Oh, one just flew by really quick. Lots of activity here. Lots of activity. Now I just saw something out in the desert move where there's no people out there. And it looked like a coyote. Could have been a fox. Definitely wasn't a bird. It's got to be 200 yards out. Maybe 300 yards away from where I'm standing. Okay, let's kick this off. All right, so what we have is 2 walking sticks that are very unusual and unique. One is very, very thin, and one is very, very tall and heavy. Now, let's just go over some of the information on this. The thin one, I call it the hummingbird, the piping plover. Really neat. It could be like anything you want it to be. It could be a woodpecker. It could be anything. And what I did was I sanded this and I finished it. Everything's complete on it. And now it's all done. The only thing it has to do is just finish it up and figure out the last part of it, which I'm going to share with you in the final video, which will be video 4. And this is video 5. This is video 4. So we're just going to finish it up. So what I did was I found this walking stick. And I kept it just the way it is. I glued it here. There was a couple cracks and things. And, you know, it was still solid. And if there was anything down here, I glued it and sanded it and so forth. And that's it. And then I put a tip on the bottom. But one of the things I did was first I glued it with glue and sawdust. After I glued it with sawdust, then I let it dry for 24 hours and I sanded it. The biggest thing that you have to do is when you use glue and sawdust is to make sure that you get a wet towel and wipe down all the glue after you fill in the cracks, because it makes it a lot easier to sand, a whole lot easier to sand later on to get all the glue off other than where it's in the cracks. If you want to, you can always go back in there and add more sawdust, and glue back into the cracks. I've only did it once, and it's fine. The other thing too is after you sand it, always denature alcohol before you stain it or do any kind of coatings like polymers on it. So that's the most important thing. I used a leather strapping for this, and I put a little piece of leather on it so that it's a little wrist piece. I might make it a little bit longer, but that's it, just like that. And I'll make it so that you can get your hand easier in and out, so that you can wear a glove if you want to. So I'll do that once I turn this video off. Filming finished, and then I wanted to share with this. This is the large one. Let me get my arm here. Okay, this is the large one, and the large one's completed in. This was done in steps. This is all natural at the bottom, and you can see that there's still glue marks on it and stuff, but it just blends in really well. If I wanted to, I could go back and stain it if I wanted to, but I like it. I stained the top part, and then I put probably 2 or 3 or 4 good coats of stain on the top. That's why it's so dark, okay? And then this last piece up here, I left that alone, and this alone, unstained, and so forth. Now I could have stained that if I wanted to. The last thing is after I stained it, I left it dry for 24 hours, brought it back out to the desert to coat it with 3 coats of polymer. And the polymer in the area of the stain is going to not absorb as much as the raw wood would. And then each time you put a coat of polymer on, you got to leave it tacky so that you can touch it, but it's a little sticky still, and that'll adhere really, really well. I use 60 grit sandpaper, so it's not about, I mean, it's smooth. because the polymers actually makes it smooth too, and it has some good texture. So that's pretty much it as a completion of this particular walking stick. Let me just show you some details of it. The rubber tip is all glued and completed with a chair rubber bottom. And remember, I put a nickel inside there to make the wood walking stick go against a not against the rubber, but against the metal nickel, and it distributed the weight to the bottom. This is all completed here. This is all raw wood. These cracks were all filled with polymer, and these cracks here were filled with stain and then polymer, which is really, really interesting. And then after that, I completely left it dry, and that's it. Now, the up top here, I actually put polymer inside these cracks and so forth. You can see where I put some glue with some sawdust, and if I wanted to, I could actually go back there, sand this down, stain this, and you'd never see it. But I think the texture of it is oh so interesting. And then I used some leather cord, and I did not drill a hole in this. And this piece here that's completed, I might try to twist it to the other side. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it, but I just do a figure 8 knot at the end, just like I did on this one right here. And as you can see, this one has some glue marks in it, which is no big deal. And the texture and the grain's good. I always round everything off. I don't leave anything pointed. And this, believe it or not, this was just the way it was. Just like this. Let me show you. Hang on. This piece right here is just the way it is. And I glued some of that, and I glued some of the neck too, right in here, underneath with some sawdust. But it was solid. And then I put my leather cord on it, and then as you can see, the texture, you know, there's just a couple little knots. Pretty interesting. And then I put my rubber tip on it, just like so. And I sealed it around. I always carry 2 extra ones of both sizes, so that if I ever lose one, I can always put another one on, just so the walking stick doesn't wear out as much. So that pretty much does it for these. And that's what they turned out like. And you can see the difference in wood and stain, and how this one here, different woods are going to take different stains differently. I used the pure stain right out of the can, and that's pretty much it. So we got some special things going on with these later on, and that'll be in video 5. But we're going to complete this video now. Hope you enjoyed the content. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the content. That's about it. I'm just going to lengthen this cord a little longer, and we're going to get working on the next step that these are going to take, that I'm going to share with you later, and that'll be filming 5. How long it's going to take, I don't know, but we'll see where that goes. So we'll use these. This one looks like it's ready to be used, perhaps to climb up the shark fin mountain, which is behind me. You can just see the tip of it peeking out over the sandstone rocks. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for this video today. If we see some wildlife, we'll get some content. If not, I'm going to make this short and sweet. Thanks for joining me, and I'll show you the other walking sticks. They're all completed. You saw a lot of them as I put the tips on them in one of the other videos. I guess there was 3A, B, and C. This is going to be video 4, and video 5, like I said, is going to come down the road. So thanks for joining me. Until next time, go make your own adventures, make your own adventures, make your own adventures and journeys, but also too, be super safe and just take your time, be patient. The sun's coming out. You can see it getting brighter behind me. Just scooting underneath the clouds, and then it'll go dark again. Let's get some photos quick. I almost forgot. I wanted to share this with you. Take a red bandana with you at all times. Very important. You can use it for so many different things. You have no idea. 2 or 3 of these are great to take with you, along with colored ones that are super bright. Really bright. And the other thing you can take with you is reflective tape. Whether it's tape or it's just reflective plastic, you can always utilize a little bit of that if need be to mark a trail so that you can find your way back. Because your flashlight, if it lasts and you have light or the moon's out, the reflective tape will show up, especially with a flashlight, and it'll guide you back. So reflective tape is really important, whether it's tape or just something that you can tie onto something. And as you come back, just untie it and take it with you if you're the last person there. Bandanas are great. Another thing that I want to mention too is scarves are phenomenal all the time. They're not just seasonal for the winter time. You can use a scarf anytime. It keeps the blood in your neck warm, which keeps your head warm, which keeps your body warm. 2 places you're going to cool down really fast when you're out and about is your neck and your head. The rest of your body pretty much takes care of itself. Sometimes if it's exposed, that's fine. But most of the time, if the temperatures are good, Fahrenheit, let's say 40, 52 degrees, 50 degrees, you'll be fine. If you're out of the wind, you're even better. So that's the most important thing, is staying out of the wind. And that's what really cools you off quick. So just wanted to share that with you. I always carry a bandana with me all the time. I might not be using it, but I always have it available.